About 40 years with all the experience that goes into making this all come together. This is now the end product of everything that's accumulated throughout the lifetime.
Dad cuts them out on the bandsaw, so they're a little rough on the edges, have a little extra. I consider that's the getting the rough diamond, and I'm the diamond cutter. I turn it into the gem you see before you. It's up to me to give each side that perfect pressure and make sure everything comes out symmetrical. I put 110% in every one. That's what I've always said to Dan Caffey. I said, can you pick up every one and look at it and say, I'd be proud to show this to my parents and my friends. And that's what I look at each one. I mean, that's the detail I put into them. And it's amazing how much character every box has. There's not one alike. Every single one is different. But everybody that I talk to is just thrilled about them. And it is an excellent feeling.
I made over 25,000 of these boxes. It's like snowflakes, they're all unique. You can see it in the character and uniqueness of the wood grain and how they look.
We get to accent the beauty of the wood. That's what it is, accenting the beauty of the wood. That's where I get my enjoyment. That just makes me happy, and then when people see that, it makes a difference. It brings a smile to their face. And don't we all need something to bring a smile to our face? Good memories. This is all what it's about.
When I'm talking with somebody and they realize I'm the maker of the boxes, it's nice. They feel it's nice to meet somebody that's doing something for them. And the fact that I really take the pride in making these boxes so they are something that's unique to them. It's something that they have on their mantle that other schools don't have. Pride in Clemson. These ring boxes are going to be here 500 years from now. They'll be sitting on some mantle, and somebody will have to put genealogy to the person on that box sitting on the mantle, but somebody else will flip it over and say, I wonder who made them. That's my legacy.
We are so excited to have you here with us for the ring ceremony. Did you know that the Alumni Association is more than a resource for the Clemson Ring? We are your lifelong connection to Clemson, before and after graduation. We keep you informed on what's happening on campus and how your local community is connected to Clemson. In fact, we have more than 75 alumni groups across the country that you can become involved with. No matter where you are or where you end up, we have ways to connect you with other Tigers. We're also the keepers of Clemson's time-honored traditions, from homecoming to the Tiger Paw $2 bills, from the Welcome Back Festival to the Young Alumni Reunions. The Clemson Alumni Association helps to keep those rich Clemson family traditions alive. We're always celebrating our alumni, too. From Master Teacher and the Roaring Ten Alumni Awards, the Distinguished Service Award, and Honorary Alumni, the Clemson Alumni Association recognizes individuals who exude the essence of Clemson. We hope you'll always keep your contact information up to date with us so we can tell you about all the ways you can stay connected, keep involved, and, of course, when to come back home to Clemson for special celebrations. Don't forget to check out our social media sites where you can stay up to date with all things Clemson. Just search for Clemson Alumni on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can learn all about the Clemson Alumni Association at clemson.edu/alumni. Congratulations on receiving your Clemson ring, and go Tigers!
My thoughts often wander through these upper South Carolina hills that shelter the university that forms a common bond for many thousands of people who have studied here, or taught here, or worked here. There's something in these hills that has touched every one of them, something that has rubbed off on them in varying degrees, something that is built within the breasts of all Clemson men and women an enduring spark akin to an eternal pride. There's something in these hills. It was here when a handful of fledgling faculty members greeted a relatively small band of 446 students more than 100 years ago. That was shortly after convict labor had completed an administration building and clock tower that still dominate these Blue Ridge foothills with a timelessness and serenity that impart inspiration and strength anew each time they are looked upon. There's something in these hills that has endeared itself to an endless procession of administrators, teachers, students, secretaries, and workmen. Hundreds of names pass through my consciousness, names of people who gave selflessly of themselves to build the institution nestled here, and who at one and the same time mined the priceless something the hills contain, and returned to them still more of it. There's something in these hills, and from them we have drawn the power to transcend the stresses and strains that tug away to make things come unglued in these disquieting times. The power to cut through such modern concepts and such modern facts as generation gaps, communication gaps, and ideological gaps. There's something in these hills that has bound together a man of over 90 and a woman under 20. Something that has given them a common ground on which to stand and a start toward bridging and eliminating any gap or any stress or any strain that might try to make unglued whatever they seek for themselves as they move out of these hills into the mountains, the plains, the oceans, the forests, the skies, and the storms of life. There is something in these hills that you and I can't define and others can't understand. A wave of warmth always surges through me when outsiders say, I don't know what it is about you Clemson people, but your undying love for Clemson is admired by everyone I know. There's something in these hills, and I suspect that's what it is. The ability of an institution through the unending dedication and greatness of its people, its administration, its faculty, its staff, its students, and alumni to impart to all it touches a respect, an admiration, an affection that stands firm in disquieting times, when things around it give impressions of coming unglued. There is something in these hills that brings together and binds together and holds together
men and women of all persuasions,
of all heights, sizes, weights, and cultural backgrounds.
Something that cuts across every difference, spans every gap, penetrates every wall.
Something that makes a man or a woman stand taller, feel better, and say with a high pride to all within earshot,
I
went to Clemson.
Good morning. I can't tell you how excited I am to welcome you to the 2022 Spring Ring Ceremony. My name is Lane Josie, and I'm the president of the Clemson Student Alumni Association and the Clemson Student Alumni Council. It is an honor to be here today with you all as you participate in one of Clemson's greatest traditions. Placing the Clemson Ring on your finger today not only signifies that you're close to graduation, it is a forever reminder of your time, your life, and your experiences while you're on Clemson's campus. It will forever connect you to the many alumni you will meet throughout your life after you cross your future stage to receive your Clemson diploma. It will forever connect you to Clemson and to each other. And it will forever remind you of this day. We are honored to have many special guests with us, from all you students receiving your Clemson ring, to the families that have come to join you today, to our guest speakers, who provide a glimpse into what the Clemson ring means to the entire Clemson family. First, please join me in welcoming the members of our distinguished stage party. Our university president, Dr. Jim Clements, president of the Clemson Alumni Association, Mr. Greg Morton, and executive director of the Clemson Alumni Association, Mr. Will Brasington. Join me in a round of applause for these special guests. Thank you. And now, I'd like to invite our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Will Brasington, to come up here and begin our program. Will is a member of the class of 2000, and as just mentioned, he's the Executive Director of the Clemson Alumni Association. Please welcome Mr. Will.
Thank you, Lane. Well, good morning and welcome. It's a beautiful day to be in Clemson. It's a privilege to have each of you here to participate in the Clemson Ring ceremony. Our team at the Clemson Alumni Association, along with our Student Alumni Council, have been working diligently to create, for you, today's memorable experience. Students, you have already created many memories that you will hold dear for the rest of your life. And today, we celebrate a uniquely remarkable milestone in your Clemson journey as each of you join more than 170,000 living alumni around the world who have earned the right to wear the Clemson ring. To the parents and the guests of those being honored today, we thank you for taking the time to travel here to experience this special moment with your student. The Clemson Alumni Association is proud to sponsor the ring ceremony as part of our ongoing mission to celebrate and enhance the lifelong connections that define the Clemson experience, and to serve and enable all who love Clemson to remain actively involved in the advancement of our university. The association brings together alumni of all ages, all races, all geographies to keep their flame for Clemson alive and glowing. And we do this through events, get-togethers, various activities, and regular communications so that alumni will always feel that they are part of the Clemson family. And of particular importance to those of you who will soon graduate, the Alumni Association provides an array of services and networking opportunities to help recent graduates begin their careers. More than anything, your Clemson Alumni Association unites all those who proudly wear the Clemson ring in celebrating our special kinship. Our mission is to keep all members of the Clemson family engaged in, informed about, and excited and inspired by all that is happening at Clemson and with our alumni. I'd like to take this moment to congratulate two of our newest and most special ring wearers, President and First Lady Jim and Beth Clements. You see, just this past fall, both were named honorary alumni of the Clemson Alumni Association and were presented with their very own Clemson rings. Jim and Beth are true Clemson Tigers, and they richly deserve the honor bestowed upon them. They are the perfect fit for our loyal and passionate Clemson family. Nothing symbolizes the connection we share more beautifully or more powerfully than the Clemson ring. Over time, the Clemson ring has changed a little, but its tradition has always remained the same. And now you too are part of that tradition. Would you please enjoy the following video, which highlights the special history of our Clemson ring, which dates all the way back to our first graduating class in 1896.
Your ring tells a story of the journey you took to get here, the dreams, the sacrifices, the grit. Your ring tells a story of opportunity, of newly opened doors. Your key, a game changer, a career starter, a conduit to success. Your ring tells a story of legacy, the history of those who came before you, those who dared to be extraordinary in their pursuit of excellence. Your ring tells a story of selfless service, of wars fought and battles won, the thousands of bold men and women who risked it all and didn't hesitate to do so. Your ring tells a story of the dreamers and doers, the ones who dare to change the status quo, the students who become professionals, the interns who become experts, the leaders who become heroes. Your ring tells a story of kinship, of an unspoken bond. This is what family feels like. Our alma mater runs deep. This unwavering connectedness survives in a world that can easily divide us. Who shall separate us now? No one. Your ring tells a story of the person wearing it now and the person wearing it 100 years ago. A lifelong network of family. Your ring tells a story of humble beginnings. The first ring formed and cut in 1896. The evolution of this small but mighty silver and gold torus. The updates, the upgrades, the tributes, the honor, the eagle of peace, the palmetto, the star, the hope. Dum spiro spero spes. As long as you have breath, you can fight on. Your ring tells a story of Clemson pride, of homegrown glory, unstoppable Tigers, of championships won and victories to come. Your ring tells your story, your journey to get here, your blueprint for success. Your ring is your family, your link to the past, present, and future of Clemson. Your friends, your classmates, your people. It's so much more than a ring. It's your story, a part of who you are. It is your part of our story. Wear it with pride. Tiger pride.
Good morning. My name is Brennan Doherty, and I'm Vice President of the Student Alumni Association and Student Alumni Council. As a Clemson student and a representative of the student body, it is my pleasure to join you on such a special occasion. As a group, we have overcome so much. We have faced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, yet we have bonded together as a family in solidarity and love. And today, we will strengthen that bond by joining together in wearing the Clemson ring. Along with graduation, this will be one of the most important moments in your college career. I hope you will cherish it as much as I know I will when I receive my ring today. We wouldn't be here without the faithful leadership of the president of our alma mater. President Clements has had a major impact on this great university in service to students, to faculty and staff, and to alumni everywhere. He is a nationally recognized voice in higher education who is leading Clemson to unprecedented levels of achievement. Since he joined Clemson in 2013, undergraduate applications have increased 175%, while student success measures such as retention and graduation rates have risen to record heights. And during that same period, annual research expenditures have steadily increased to current all-time highs of more than $237 million. He has helped to raise more than $1.3 billion in private support for our students and faculty, and the university has invested $1 billion in new construction. Please join me in welcoming to the stage honorary Clemson alumnus, Dr. Jim Clements.
Thank you, Brennan, for that wonderful introduction. Good morning, go Tigers. Come on, this is a celebration. Good morning, go Tigers. And thank you all for being here for this very special and amazing ceremony. I'm honored to be here on this absolutely beautiful and incredible day for your ring ceremony. I can tell you this is absolutely one of my most favorite events. Will you please help me thank Lane Josie and Brennan Doherty for their service as President and Vice President of the Student Alumni Council. And thank you to undergraduate student body president-elect Malik Balogan. Will you please help me thank him for his leadership? I appreciate all of our students, their leadership, and the important work that they do. I also want to thank the chairs for the ring ceremony, Grant Wilkins and Riley Dowling. I know they did a lot of hard work planning this event for you. Would you please help me thank them? Also want to thank my dear friend Will Brazington, Executive Director of the Alumni Association, and Mr. Greg Morton, President of the Alumni Association. Would you please help me thank them for their leadership? So the ring ceremony is indeed another great Clemson tradition. And it's always a special day, but now it holds even more meaning personally for me. As Will mentioned, my wife and I were named honorary alumni, and we were presented with our very own Clemson rings at a surprise announcement last fall. Beth and I were both very humbled and honored to be named honorary alumni, and we wear our rings with great pride as members of the alumni family. So I'm proud to wear my Clemson ring as I present you with your Clemson ring. You know, rings are important things. They have a tangible value, as you will see in a video and hear about later in the ceremony from my late very dear friend, General Ben Scardin, who passed away last November at the age of 104. He never missed one of these ceremonies. Rings also have great symbolic value. The ring that I wear every day symbolizes the commitment that my wife and I made on our wedding day more than 31 years ago. My wedding ring celebrates the birth of a new family, my family. In a similar way, your Clemson ring symbolizes an important rite of passage for you. And today is an important milestone on your journey here at Clemson. For many of you, that journey started right here at freshman convocation when I had a chance to welcome you to Clemson. And it will continue when we meet again at graduation and I present you with your diploma. But what does this day, Ring Day, actually signify? First, it means that you have successfully completed at least 90 credit hours of academic work towards earning your degree. So please pat yourselves on the back. It's quite an amazing accomplishment at one of the best public universities in the country. About 3/4 of your college career is now behind you, and the end is in sight. Second, it means that you have chosen a major field of study and a career path that you will follow. Your future beyond Clemson as an independent, self-sufficient adult is taking shape. And parents, I know that you are happy about that, and we thank you for your support. Would you please help me thank all the family members who are here today? Finally, many of you will leave this ring ceremony absolutely determined to make the best use of every minute that you have left at Clemson. I felt that same way my senior year at college, and I think you will too. Savor this time, use it wisely, and make it meaningful. You will never have a better chance to learn so much from so many diverse people as you have on this campus. Wear your ring with great pride and with the understanding that upon graduation, you will join a family of more than 170,000 alumni worldwide. This is an opportunity, but it's also a responsibility. You will be an ambassador for Clemson wherever you travel. Your ring will be a conversation starter, and it will open doors for you. Soon we will add your story to the ring stories that you hear today. It's truly an honor for me to present to you your Clemson ring. Congratulations, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of your journey here at Clemson. May God bless you, and go Tigers!
Hello, fellow Tigers. My name is Malik Baligan, and I currently serve on Student Alumni Council and as your newly elected Student Body President. I'm honored to be here with you today as a part of this significant occasion in your journey at Clemson University. I stand here, like many of you, eager to get my long-awaited Clemson ring. I hope you're as excited as I am. Finally, those late hours in Cooper Library, the 8 a.m. classes that we had to drag ourselves out of bed to get to, and those stressful exams that have been a part of all of our Clemson experience are about to pay off. This ring, which may seem like just a piece of jewelry to add to your collection, means so much more. It's a physical representation of the bond that exists between Clemson alumni, near and far, who, just as we are doing now, walked these hills, sat in these seats, and had a role in making Clemson into what it is today. The Clemson ring will soon hold a special place in your heart, much like it does for many alumni who wear it today. Several of you may have customized your rings to represent a specific portion of your Clemson experience, and for years to come, you'll be able to look at it and reminisce on the memories you made during your time here at this wonderful institution. I would like to take a brief moment to share with you what has led to the meaning I'm going to find in my ring. It is a meaning that begins at home with the most influential Clemson graduate in my life, my mother. My mother was and is a very involved Clemson alumna in ways ranging from game day tailgates and watch parties to leadership and support of Clemson on the academic side, her involvement on the Clemson Alumni Board, her support of the Peerwise program, and the creation of her very own scholarship, the Sonia Spratley Baligan Diversity Scholarship for Women in Science and Engineering, all attest to her love for this university and have inspired me to serve the Clemson community. The meaning of my ring comes from the experiences that I've seen with her ring. I remember playing travel baseball all around Georgia, and with that, of course, came the rowdy plateside parents. At one particular tournament, there was a dad from another team who was pretty vocal in saying that his son's team would beat ours should we ever have to face off. Fast forward to later in the tournament, me and my mom were just sitting outside of the concession stand when that same dad approached us and asked, "Is that a Clemson ring you're wearing?" And as a proud alumni she is, of course, my mother flashed her ring and said, "Why, yes, it is." He went on to show off his Clemson ring and let out a "Go Tigers," when I eagerly replied with the "Go Tigers," and he cracked a smile and gave me a high five. Throughout the rest of the tournament, this dad was like my second biggest cheerleader, thanks to the bond that he shared with my mother. This just goes to show that no matter the differences we may have, there's a common thread that ties us all together, and that is the Clemson ring. Very soon, you will hear the profound story of the late Colonel Ben Scarden, a member of Clemson's class of 1938. Following a distinguished military career, he returned to Clemson as a professor of English. During that second career, Clemson students selected him as the Alumni Master Teacher in 1977. In 2002, he received the Alumni Association's highest award for distinguished service. And in 2020, he received the university's highest public honor, the Clemson Medallion. Also, shortly before his passing last November, he received honorary promotion to the rank of Brigadier General. Today, we are honored to have the opportunity to hear his amazing story and how his Clemson ring literally saved his life.
For years, the Tigers who came before you have heard the story of Colonel Ben Scarden, a Clemson graduate who bravely fought in World War II. He became a prisoner of war, forced to participate in the Bataan Death March after the 3-month Battle of Bataan in April 1942. More than 60,000 American and Filipino troops were made to march through the country while suffering extraordinary physical abuse. And it's estimated that 1/3 of the prisoners died. If not for his Clemson ring, Colonel Scarden would have been one of them. This is his story.
The Bataan Death March occurred at the surrender of the American Filipino forces in April of 1942 on the Bataan Peninsula. And so we soon realized as we made the march that the guards were looking for rings, watches. I took my ring off and I rolled it up in my sleeve, I believe. From then on, I became very, very protective of the ring. Never to pull it out and look at it or anything else, but I knew where it was. I was in very, very bad health in prison camp, and there was no medicine, no way of improving your health. And then when it got to where I was going to have to be put over in what they call the hospital area in the 0 ward, because that's where they took people that couldn't do anything for it, and no one ever returned from there. Henry Otis took care of me. Otis was able to let it be known that he knew of a gold ring was for trade for food, and they mixed up chicken and rice, and they spoon-fed me because I had this, couldn't see very well for one thing, but I responded to that so well, my appetite was restored, and I was whole again, so to speak. Well, I've often thought about my little gold ring, which I'd hidden for so long, and I had no qualms about turning it over to Otis for this exchange because there was nothing else that could be done. But I've always thought about that ring, and when I was married in 1947, my wife, as an engagement present, had my brother, who was a Clemson graduate, replace the ring. And I've had it ever since, naturally, and I take a great pride and glory in having a ring that fits and one that I'm very, very proud of.
As you receive your ring today, you will go forward to create your own unique story. You too will face your own challenges and triumphs. And while we can't imagine what some of the Tigers before us have endured, know this: these rings will continue to bind us together and make us all stronger, year after year.
We said goodbye to a true Clemson legend and a great American with the passing of General Ben Scarden this past fall. There will never be another one like him. While he's gone from us, his legacy will continue to live on through this ceremony, as well as in the hearts of countless Clemson men and women. It is always such an inspiration to hear Colonel or Brigadier General Scarden's story, so that all who wear the Clemson ring, including each of you here today, can truly understand the bond of the Clemson family and the significance of the ring. I'd like to share an additional reflection on another important lesson that Colonel Scarden taught us. For the May 2012 dedication of Memorial Park, Colonel Scarden was asked to speak on the topic of "How will you serve?" which is the theme for the park. His remarks included a guide and perhaps even a challenge for how each of us should view our relationship with Clemson. He noted that Memorial Park is dedicated to Clemson alumni in all professions, industries, and roles in society who have served to improve the quality of life and to protect our freedoms. And then he added this observation. He said, Clemson University is an extension of the vision of its planners and administrators and the talents and gifts of its graduates and friends. You see, as an English professor, Colonel Scarden always chose his words very carefully. Note, he did not say that we are an extension of Clemson. He said that Clemson is an extension of us. Clemson does not define who we are as individuals, nor the impact that we will have on the world. Rather, we define Clemson's impact by how we as Clemson alumni use our talents and gifts to help others and to make the world a better place. Students, we hope that each time you look at the Clemson ring on your finger from this day forward, you will recall Colonel Scarden's story that you've heard this morning, so that the ring will become a constant reminder and motivation to use your Clemson education, your Clemson experience, your Clemson spirit to be of service to others wherever you may go in life. As we prepare momentarily to present your Clemson ring, I want to point out something that I think you might find to be neat. We've talked a lot about the ring's rich history, and in fact, the video we watched a little earlier talked about some of the design elements that helped to make our ring very special, to help it stand out as it did in Malik's case on the baseball field. When you walk across the stage in a few moments, you'll receive a white box, and inside that white box, you will find a wooden box that contains your ring. Pay particularly close attention to that wooden box. That box that holds your ring was made from wood of trees that once thrived on Clemson's campus. These trees, many of which fell due to old aging root systems, spent many years as the canopy of our campus that we all walked under at one time or another. May this box, as well as your ring, forever bring you fond memories of the special times that you experienced at Clemson. Now, it's time to celebrate and to recognize each of you as you join those who have earned the right to wear the Clemson ring. Again, on behalf of the Clemson Alumni Association, and indeed our entire Clemson family, we applaud you for this impressive accomplishment. Now, without further ado, please allow the presentation of class rings to begin.
Liam Donley. Annalise Duberlay. Kayla Grooms. Catherine Harland. Jeffrey Gilbert. Nicholas Hoffman. Tegan Abson. Regina Akin. Alexandra Ackerman. Lindsay Ackerman. Alexandra Adams. Sarah Addis. Holly A.G. Kellen Alderman. Hannah Alexander. John Alexander. Justin Alford. Mary Helen Alford. Caroline Allen. Alexandra Anastasi. Zachary Almus. Carolyn Alvarado. Emily Alverson. Heidi Alinde Gonzalez. Jaden Anderson. Grace Anderson. Jordan Anderson. Kayla Anderson. Nicholas Andrews. Aaron Engstadt. Madison Arsenault. William Arndt. Jane Arnold. Kevin Arnold. Mary Yvonne Attier. Madeline Alt. Julia Austin. Emily Avila. Caroline Avenger. Benjamin Axelson. Kaylee Axtell. Sarah Ayer. Ashley Ayers. Katie Bacon. Betsy Baker. Dawson Baker. Carly Belanda. James Ball. Madison Ball. Carson Lee Barbary. Brandy Barfield. Maggie Barnes. Courtney Barrett. Summer Barrett. William Barrett. Avery Barrow. Chandler Barrow. Caroline Barrows. Aaron Berry. Brett Barber. Bailey Bartlett. Lane Bartall. Sophia Bassett. Connor Bates. Connor Bath. Olivia Battinelli. J.C. Bauer. Allie Baumgardner. Callie Baxley. Sarah Beam. Nathan Beard. Bryn Beaton. Claire Baudret. Leo Beck. Nicholas Beck. Allie Biedenbaugh. Catherine Beeler. Abigail Beidel. Allison Beider. Grace Caroline Bell. Stephen Bellavita. Audrey Biggers. Evie Bellino. James Belt. Grace Bennett. Olivia Bennett. Emma Benning. Michael Benson. Zoe Benson. Maggie Berger. Natalie Berger. Eric Bergman. Samantha Bernard. Kathleen Bernstein. Amanda Berry. Andrew Besley. Guy Best. Lauren Best. Kelly Bevan. Madeline Beverly. Emma Byer. Wilson Balecki. Gabrielle Biddlecom. Catherine Billingsley. Madeline Binkard. Jack Bishop. Chelsea Bittendoe. Daniel Black. Katie Blair. Jude Blake. Sean Blanchett. Sylvia Blanton. Brooke Bleacher. Casey Bledsoe. Alexis Blom. Ansley Blomberg. Mackenzie Blue. Aiden Boatwright. Grace Basha. Sarah Jane Boshenstein. Kaylee Boger. Madison Bolger. Jack Bolton. Natalie Bomango. Katie Bonadio. Emily Bonds. Benjamin Bone. Destiny Boone. Chloe Boroff. Riley Boros. Jacob Bose. Connor Bostick. Reese Bostick. Houston Bowman. Peyton Boslow. Hannah Bowens. Alice Bowie. Cameron Boyce. Maddox Boyce. Lauren Brady. Isabel Bramblett. Daniel Brandelise. Emily Brandt. Lawton Branham. Karen Brannon. Benjamin Brennan. Amanda Brewer. Anna Brewer. Lauren Brewington. Riley Bricky. Amanda Bridges. Jennifer Briglio. Leah Brindle. Chase Brock. Patty Broomfield. Caleb Browder. Abby Brown. Allie Brown. Anna Brown. Benjamin Brown. Cameron Brown. Delaney Brown. Jake Brown. Kayla Brown. Laurel Brown. Lauren Brown. Rayshawn Brown. Sydney Brown. Jillian Broyles. Dayton Bruni. Aaron Bruner. Courtney Brunson. Everett Bryan. Marin Bryan. Haley Bryant. Riley Bryant. Shamar Bryant. Riley Briers. Bailey Butchko. Margaret Budlong.
Lauren Bulick. Parker Burgess. Victoria Burgess. Keely Bergs. Riley Burke. Caroline Burns. Andalis Burton. Jacob Bertram. Madison Byers. Brittany Bynum. Lara Byrne. Dan Burns. Tabitha Cady. Jennifer Cagno. Lainey Calabrese. Lauren Calamis. Olivia Callius. Luke Calvert. Abby Campbell. Anna Preston Campbell. Emma Campbell. Grace Campbell. Hannah Campbell. Colin Campbell. Thomas Campbell. Jordan Campo. Lauren Carter. Cassandra Carlson. Lauren Carneal. Jordan Carroll. Royce Carroll. Ann Carter. Kenneth Carter. Jordan Carey. James Castellino. Shannon Casey. Andrew Cash. Calvin Cash. Rachel Castellani. Evelyn Castellano. Kylie Cathcart. Joseph Causey. Lily Cavallari. Catherine Cave. Mary Clark Cavendish. Sam Cecil. Adriana Saracola. Zoe Channel. William Chapman. Aaron Chard. Cade Chatham. Bennett Cherry. Chaz Childers. Maria Christenberry. Alyssa Saccone. Cassidy Semino. Sarah Siplikis. Madison Clardy. Benjamin Clark. Michael Clark. Robert Clark. Megan Clark. Anna Clausen. Carly Clegg. Annie Clarisi. Shane Clunan. Molly Close. Meredith Cobb. James Cochran. Madison Coggin. Sharon Cole. Joshua Coleman. Samuel Coleman. Kyla Collin. Caitlin Collins. Alexandra Colwell. Mallory Caldwell. Mallory Comerford. Bennett Connolly. Ryan Connor. Maggie Connolly. Caitlin Conroy. Caroline Conti. Laura Kelly Cook. Noah Cooley Cannon. Madison Coombs. Lauren Cooney. Asia Cooper. Ashlyn Cooper. Caitlin Cooper. Lauren Cope. Braxton Copleton. Catherine Coplin. Nolan Corbett. Madeline Corbin. Sarah Cordis. Olivia Corliss. Anthony Corrado. Adriana Corral. Heather Kosh. Jessica Casaboon. Alyssa Costello. Gabriella Costello. Kaylin Cothran. Huntington Cotton. Haley Cottrell. Jillian Courtney. Olivia Courtois. Madeline Kuchar. Bailey Cox. Cameron Cox. Cameron Cox. Carson Cox. Kate Cox. Claire Coyle, Jordan Crabb, Elizabeth Crane, Emily Craven, Cameron Cromer, Kaylee Crosby, Kathleen Crotwell, Duncan Crowder, Maggie Crow, Madeline Crumpton, Callie Culler, James Cullers, Will Curtin, Gabriel Cutter, Austin Cuviello, John Zabala, Matthew De Alessandro, Joseph Dabrowski, Sydney D'Agostino, Jacob Daly, Nicholas Daly, Jonathan Daniel, Emily Davidson, Grace Davidson, Amaya Davis, Carter Davis, DeIsis Davis, Emily Davis, John Davis, Julia Davis, Madeline Davis, Morgan Davis, Stephanie Davis, David De Jesus, Justin Dean, Kelsey Dean, Madison Dean, Maggie Deese, Lucas D. Benedetti, Darby Dedmond, Kaylee DeGrappo, Ellie DeGroot, Aiden D. James, Nina Del Rio, Thomas Dempster, Ariana Dendy, Sarah Wallace Deschamps, Dylan DeSena, Sydney DeSimone, Hunter Dest, Jack DeWale, Emily Dial, Branson Dias, Anthony Dempsey, Megan Diaz, Samantha Diaz, Lucy Dickerson, Morgan Dickey, Madeline Diddich, Jewel Dinkins, Julia Diorio, Caitlin DePalma, Alexander Dixon, Sophia Dixon, Sarah Dahl, Carly Dominic, Ashley Doran, Susanna Dormany, Heston Dort, Caroline Down, Jaya Drafts, Jayla Drexler, Hunter DeBose, Maylee Duden.
Abigail Dugan. Caroline Dukes. Robert Dukes. Caitlin Duncan. Kendall Duncan. Coel Dunlap. Trevor Dunn. Gabriella DuPont. Megan Dureger. Haley Dyson. Hunter Ergel. Megan Edgepartington. Cameron Edwards. Danielle Edwards. Taylor Edwards. Laurel Ehlers. Emily Ike. James Eidson. Bryce Eisenrich. Isabella Edgley. Bradley Elliott. Caroline Emerson. Luke Emerson. Lori Catherine Ingram. Brooke Enlow. Zachary Epps. Jenna Eplin. Michael Errico. Camille Erskine. Hannah Erspalmer. Courtney Irvin. Addison Etheridge. Emma Etheridge. Morgan Etheridge. Taylor Etheridge. Margaret Eubank. Aaron Evans. Anna Evans. Carlos Evans. Cameron Evans. Michaela I. Bailey Falco. Kevin Falls. Haley Farmer. Claire Farrell. Joseph Farrell. Patrick Pharisee. James Farwell. Connor Fada. Rachel Falkenberry. Bailey Featherston. Aaron Feely. Thomas Feely. Anna Grace Felber. Grace Fellows. Julia Farrison. Andorra Fess. William Fye, Chloe Files, Tiffany Finch, Sophie Fennell, Lucy Fisher, Caitlin Fisher, Noelle Fleetwood, Terrell Fleshman, Autumn Floyd, McKenna Flynn, Jordan Fucesto, Levi Folker, Elizabeth Floyd, Jada Ford, Leah Forst, Harrison Francisco, Taj Francois, Abigail Frank, William Franklin, Madeline Franks, Megan Frazier, Amelia Frederick, Hannah Freeman, Anne Friel, Jordan Friend, Madison Frierson, Matthew Fry, Reagan Fry, Zachary Fugate, Bria Fulford, Reagan Fulmer, Claire Funk, Emma Funk, Matthew Fusco, Jack Gabriel, Michael Galbraith, Grayson Gamble, Lena Gamble, Catherine Gammon, Catherine Gangemi, Charles Gann, Savannah Gant, Emily Garceau, Christopher Garcia, Lupita Garcia, Richard Garcia, Harrison Gardner, Morgan Gardner, Carrie Garner, Abby Garrett, Jacob Garrison, Katie Garverick, Thomas Gaskew, Emily Giger, Virginia Gambala, Catherine Gent, Kelsey Gentile, Lauren Gerber, Catherine Gesner, Claire Gibbon, Alyssa Gibbs, Mason Gibbs, Tyler Gibbs, Abigail Gibson, Murphy Gilbert, Sophia Gilfillan, Mary Catherine Gillespie, Eve Gilreath, Courtney Glassburn, Morgan Glover, Caitlin Gametro, Jacob Goddard. Haley Godfrey. Madison Godfrey. Emma Garrell. Catherine Goff. Emily Galba. William Golden. Catherine Galimbeski. Hannah Gallup. Sarah Goncher. Abby Good. Anna Gooding. Emma Grace Gore. William Gosnell. Morgan Gossett. Lilliam Graber. Houston Graham. Noah Granger. Gramling Grant. John Grant. Evan Graves. Courtney Gray. Evan Gray. Mark Gray. Caitlin Greco. Lily Green. Sierra Green. Stephen Green. Tiara Green. Callie Green. Hamp Green. Nicholas Gregorich. Savannah Lauren Griffith. Devin Griffin. Aaron Griffin. Allie Griffith. Ryan Grimaldi. Abigail Grooms. Kira Grooms. George Grow. Jolie Gwynn. Michael Gunlogson. Chase Guynup. Madeline Hall. Madison Hall. Rachel Hall. Grace Haller. Rachel Hamilton.
Kamaria Hammonds. Gracie Bell Hamness. Hannah Hancock. Callie Hankins. Jessica Hardiman. Olivia Hardy. Brooke Harley. Mason Harmon. Julia Harris. Casey Harrison. Caitlin Hart. Mary Hardig. Vasilios Hardaflax. Mary Margaret Harvey. Anessa Hasanovic. Grace Hassel. Heather Hatcher. Anna Hadaway, Alex Hawley, Carson Hay, Brady Hayes, Cody Hayes, Ashley Hurd, Caroline Heath, Farron Heatley, Kristen Hyder, Sydney Helms, Julia Henderson, MacArthur Henderson, Caroline Hendricks, Harley Ann Hendricks, Caroline Hennessy, Margaret Herberholz, Amy Hermack, Belle Hester, Joshua Hewitt, Michael Hickman, Landon Hill, Haley Hilliard, Drew Heiner, Jeffrey Hines, Chandler Hinson, Philip Hinton, Ethan Hirsch, Brandon Hitt, Molly Hittner, Cole Hodges, Georgia Hoffman, Tyler Hoffman, Samuel Holberg, Riley Holbrook, Kayla Holden, Mason Holder, Brooke Holliday, Jarrett Holman, Keegan Hummerding, Brennan Honey, Alexandria Hood, Cora Hoover, Shelley Hoover, Kendall Horn, Nolan Howard, Grace Howell, Gwyneth Howell, Amber Hereditz, Olivia Hubel, Luis Huertas, Emma Hull, Bryce Humbert, Olivia Hunt, Olivia Hunt, Leah Hunter, Faith Huntley, Madeline Hurley, Thomas Hussey, Haley Hyatt, Caitlin Eiley, Dawson Emhoff, Tamaki Inahata, Rivers Ivester, Carson Ivy, Callie Jacks, Emily Jackson, Marquisha Jackson, Allison Jacob, Lucy Jacobs, Ilana Jameson, Grayson Janis, Olivia Jamarillo, Sydney Jarecki, Grace Jurassic, Steven Jasinski, Vanicia Jenkins, Lucy Jennings, Joseph Jenrette, Dawson Jernigan, Robin Jervis, Tyner Junis, Maya Joglakar, Adam Johnson, Amanda Johnson, Blair Johnson, Caroline Johnson, Sierra Johnson, Khalees Johnson, Luke Johnson, Matthew Johnson, Miller Johnson, Taylor Johnson, Kirsten Jolly, Madeline Jones, Nicholas Jones, Megan Jonovic, Allison Jordan, Daniel Jordan, Eliza Jordan, Emily Jordan, Micah Jordan, Whitney Jordan, Derek Joyce, Carly Junkins, Morgan Kaiser, Shanlin Kauza, Kate Harris, Reese Kaufman, Julia Carney, Michael Carney, John Keener, Brennan Kaimig, Emily Keir, Ashley Kaiser, Ashlyn Kiesler, Max Kell, Sean Kelly, Katie Kelly, Kieran Kelly, Jacob Kenfield, Aaron Kennedy, Elise Kent, Jacob Kirby, Joseph Kirby, Grayson Kidd, Kayla Kerrigan, Lauren Kerwin, Alexander Kerr, Linda Q, Rachel King, Mackenzie Kingursky, Grace Kinnear, Savannah Brooks, Cameron Kerms, Christopher Kirtley, Kelly Kaiser, Maxwell Nipstein, Jack Nisley, Rebecca Knowles, Caroline Kuhlman, Ashley Colliger, Catherine Konechny, Evan Konsick, Anna Kuhn, Chase Kuhn, Rose Cooper, Helen Kopsick, Annabelle Kornasevich, Melissa Kostecki, Amy Kowal, Ava Kramer, Landon Kramer, Armand Kreiner, Olivia Keebler, Kate Kiemeyer, David Coons, Ryan Kurtz, Mitch Kaiser, Satara Stasham, Caroline Hager, Hannah Gomez, Gabrielle Boyles, Michaela Santalia, Drew Farmer, Pete Jonas,
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Greg Morton, the president of the Clemson Alumni Association Board of Directors. It's always such a pleasure to participate in the ring ceremony, and it's extremely special to be a part of this one. To our speakers and members of the stage party, to the Student Alumni Association, and to the alumni staff, thank you for helping us honor these new wearers of the Clemson ring. Each of you went to great lengths for many months planning this ceremony so that all of us could be here today. To our family members and guests, it means a great deal to these students and to us that you were able to be here and celebrate this moment. And to those of you who are now wearing those shiny new rings, I can't pass up this opportunity to remind you that the Clemson Alumni Association is your lifelong connection to Clemson. As long as you're in touch with the Alumni Association, we will keep you in touch with Clemson. I hope that you always remember Clemson and what it has done for you so that you can help future Tigers have the same Clemson experience that you've had. For now, please wear your Clemson ring with your class year facing you until you graduate. When you graduate, have another alum or family member turn your ring around and place it on your finger. Then shout to the world, "I went to Clemson." As I close out the program, just a reminder, family and guests, please exit the arena through the main entrances where you entered and meet your student outside once everyone has exited the building. Please don't make your way to the student seating areas. To our students, you will exit the arena through the loading dock, the same location where you entered the building. As you're leaving through the loading dock, you will receive your congratulatory ring crest glass from the Clemson Alumni Association and Student Alumni Council. And if you're able to visit downtown Clemson before you head back to your respective hometowns, I'd like to encourage you to consider supporting our local businesses. Best wishes from the Alumni Association as you approach graduation and move to the next stage of your Clemson experience. Now, if you would, please stand and join me as we sing the Clemson University Alma Mater. Travel safely and go Tigers!